Welcome in everyone. Alrighty, we're going to be working on fractions tonight, okay? So we're going to be doing fractions, adding, subtracting, dividing, multiplying with mixed numbers as well, okay? So let's start with number 1. So it says 1/7 times 2/3. So when you're multiplying, you're going to go straight across. So 1 times 2 gets us 2. And then 7 times 3 is 21. So it's 2 over 21 is our answer for the first one. Okay. Number 2. Hello, welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining. Happy Thursday. 5 times 1 gives us 5. And 8 times 2 gets us 16. So 5/16. So again, when you're multiplying, you go straight across, okay? Now, let's talk about number 3 here, okay? Number 3, we have a 2 on top and a 4 on the bottom. If you can get in the habit of cross cancellation, it will save you a lot of headache for trying to simplify later. So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is if you have a 2 here and a 4 here, 2 goes into both of these. So we can divide this by 2 and we can divide this by 2. So 2 divided by 2 goes 1. And 4 divided by 2 goes 2. So now what we really have is 1/2 times 1/5. Okay. And then 1 times 1 is 1. And 2 times 5 is 10. So we get 1/10. Any questions on that last one, you guys? Any questions on the last one? Okay, so DJ said, why are we allowed to divide them both by 2? Great question, DJ. We're allowed to divide them both by 2 because 2 goes into both of these. So when you're dividing out by something, you're looking for what can go into both of them. So what do I mean by that? So let's say if we look here, right? So let me explain. So let me break it down a different way. So here we're doing 1 times 2, and then we're doing 4 times 5. Well, really what you're doing, remember this bar means division. So it's like really saying 2 divided by 4. So that's why we're able to simplify this to go to 1/2, if that makes sense. Okay. Yep. Simplest form. And it did say in the directions that we have to put it in simplest form. So we're going to do 1/10. So that's why we're able to divide them, is because really this bar means division. Now let's talk. Yep. Great question. Okay. Number 4. So it says 2 times 4. We have to be careful here. See, the 2 and the 4 were dividing each other. One was on top, one's on bottom. But here they're both on top. So we can't use the cancellation, because really what we're doing is 2 times 4 over 3 times 7. And 2 times 4 gets us 8. And 3 times 7 gets us 21. And so that is our answer. Okay. All right. So we just did multiplication. So let's see what we got next. Now what we're going to do is multiplying mixed numbers with fractions, okay? And this is on the HESI exam. So if you know anybody that's trying to get the HESI, pass the HESI test, this is problems that they have on there. Okay. Oh, pink. Nobody's ever asked me for welding math. I gotta look that up. If you have like a welding math book that you're struggling with, like take some pictures and email it to me, and then I can do some examples for you, okay? If I know it. Okay. How come the answer is smaller than the original? Doesn't multiplication make it bigger? Oh, that's a great question. Okay. Multiplication makes it bigger when you're multiplying by whole numbers, not when you're multiplying by fractions. It doesn't always necessarily mean that. What about the TSI? If it's on the TSI, doesn't give like, it's more like it's going to be in word problem form than just straightforward like this. Okay. But they do have problems like this, but it's in word problem form, but you still got to know how to do it. So yeah. Good evening, bestie. Best life for me. All right. So let's look at this one. So whenever you're multiplying a mixed number times a fraction, you have to change this mixed number into a improper fraction. And what an improper fraction is the number on the top of the fraction is going to be bigger, and it's then the number on the bottom, then the denominator, okay? So how we get that is we do times, then plus. So I'm going to write it out. So you do 3 times 1, and then you add the numerator, plus 1. And that goes all under your denominator, which is 3. Okay. We're going to drop this down, 2 over 3. So 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1. You get 4 over 3. And you times by 2/3. Now remember, when you're timesing, you go straight across. So 4 times 2 gets us 8. And 3 times 3 gets us 9. So we have 8/9. Martinez, no, I do not do real estate math. And you know why I don't do real estate? I can do it. It's just I don't have any real estate math like problems. So if you email me some, I most definitely can come up with a lie for real estate math. Like, I know it's compound interest, simple interest, but I would actually want, like, you know, what you're actually going to deal with, not some makeup. So if you have a study guide, let me know. Yes, I do ASVAB. I just started preparing for that. I'm going to do that tomorrow, though. ASVAB, okay? All right, so let's keep on going with just fractions. So number 2 here. So we have 6 and 2/3. Can you guys put in the chat, what improper fraction would you get for 6 and 2/3? Wonderful, Sad. Sadaza. I'm probably murdering your name, but good. I'll see you tomorrow. 20 over 3, user said. Good. 20 over 3, 20 over 3. Wonderful. So we did 3 times 6 plus 2, and that's all over 3. Okay, so you guys got 3 times 6 is 20. 3 times 6 is 18 plus 2 is 20. 20 over 3. Good. And now we're multiplying that by 3/10. Okay. Let's cross simplify here. So what can cancel out? Does anybody see what we can cancel out? The ASVAB, I'll probably be doing that tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, around 1 p.m. Because tomorrow night I got tutoring. 3, 3, 3. Good. Yes. So the 3 and the 3, and I'm on Central Time, you guys. So the 3's cancel out. Perfect. Okay. Can something else? Can we cancel out something else?
How are you?
20 and 10, Terry. Yes. 20 and 10. Okay. So when we think about this, we're thinking about what can they both be divided by? They can be divided by 10. So 10 divided by 10 goes to a 1, and 20 divided by 10 goes to a 2. So really, we have just, well, I'm going to rewrite it. 2 over 1 times 1 over 1, which really is just 2. Okay. Yep, 2 over 1. And you could put 2 over 1, but every whole number, you guys, is always over 1. They'll never put, but like if you have a multiple choice test, they'll never put the 1 there. So that's why I just write 2. But wonderful, good. All right, so let's go here. We're going to get into division in a little bit, okay, because I do want to practice division. All right, so let's go here. So we have 3/5 times, okay, remember we're multiplying, then adding. So 3 times 3 gets us 9. Plus 1 gets us 10 over 3. Okay. Does anybody... Good. Okay, 10 over 3. I saw those 10 over 3s coming in. Wonderful. Okay, so what can we what can we cancel out? The 3. Wonderful. Yes, the 5 and 10. Good. Okay, somebody saw 5 and 10 first. So the 3's are gone because 3 divided by 3 goes to 1. And then the 5 and 10. So does anybody see our answer right now? Two. Yes. Good, good, good. Yes, 2, 2, 2. Wonderful. So because we would have 2. So our answer would be 2. Wonderful. Great. Okay. Let's go to the next.
Mommy. Where's my daddy?
Okay.
I'll go with daddy.
That's fine. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So we have mixed numbers. Okay. Oh, so someone. Yep. Close the door for me. Thank you. So Y2. Okay. Kay said Y2. Oh, thank you. So somebody said Y2. Okay, so let me break this down further. So if you cancel, did you see how we canceled out the 3? Because 3 divided by 3 cancels. But we get 2 because we have a 10 over 5. That's what's left. And 10 divided by 5 is 2. That's why. Because 10 divided by 5. Okay, so I hope that helps. Yep. All right. Can somebody put in the chat, how do we write this improper fraction here? Thank you for the double taps, everyone, and the shares. I really appreciate it. And the follows. Thank you, thank you. 7, 6, 7, 6. Good, good, good. Okay, so we have 7 over 6. Remember, we're multiplying and then adding. And the denominator always stays the same. Good. Okay, so 6 times 1 is 6 plus 1. That's how we get the 7. Yep. No worries. Make the mistakes here so that you ace it on the test. Okay, so let's go times. Now this one we would do 4 times 6. Okay, which is 24 plus 3, I believe 27 over 4. Good. Yes. Paperclip. Okay. Yes. Hi. Yes. 27 over 4. Perfect. All righty. Can we cancel anything? Can we cancel anything out? Do any of them have anything in common? Somebody said no. No. Shay said no too. Okay. No. Okay, so when I mean like cancel out, you guys, I mean, can we simplify our fractions? Oh, okay, somebody said 3. El Ray said 3. Yes, okay, the 6 and 27. We're not going to cancel them out, but 6 and 27 have something in common. They have 3 in common. So we can divide this by 3, and we can divide this by 3. And when we do that, we're going to get 7 over, 6 divided by 3 gives us 2, times 27 divided by 3 is 9 over 4. Okay. So now that we don't have anything else we can cancel, now we multiply. So 2 times 4 is 8, and 7 times 9 is 63. And that's our improper. Now, if you're taking your HESI test, they won't leave it like this. You would have to change this to a mixed number. Does anybody know how we change this to a mixed number? Shay said, I've been out of school for a long time. I feel you on that. Simplify, divide, long division. Yes, long division it is. So I write this bar, this ancient bar. What goes on the outside and what goes in the inside? So what am I putting in the inside? Can somebody tell me what I'm putting in the inside? Good. Lady said the 8 is out. Good. Yes. Because some people get this confused. And I can't really explain why. You just gotta remember this. That whatever's in the denominator goes out. Whatever's in the numerator on the top goes inside. Okay. And it talks about like divisor and dividend and all that stuff. But those vocab they don't really stick, right? It's like, okay, well, what does that even mean? Right? So it's like, just remember, bottom, out, top, in. Okay. So 8 goes into 63 how many times? 7 goes on top. Good. So 7, somebody says 7. So 7 times 8 is 56. And then 63 minus 56. Oh, thank you. Oh, you guys are wonderful. Thank you, Jenny, for the rose. Thank you. Thank you. So somebody said 7 left over. Okay. So 56 plus 4. Yep, that's perfect. Thank you, you two close for the rose. So now how we write this as a mixed number is our remainder goes on top. And what we divide by goes on the bottom. So our answer is going to be 7 7/8. Yep, Brenda, wonderful. Oh, thank you. I found my people. Yes, you did. Okay, so let's go to number 2. Oh, somebody said we lost them. Okay, we're going to do it on number 2. And hopefully we get an improper and then we'll change it to a mixed number, okay? So here, remember, so if we're changing this to it, this is called an improper because the bigger number on top it's bigger than what's on the bottom. So we're going to multiply, then add. So we're doing 12 times 2 plus 5. And that goes all over the same denominator, which is 12. Okay. So 12 doubled is 24. Then we're doing 24 plus 5. Okay, well, 24 plus 5 gets us 29 over 12. Good, Cece, yes. Okay, so 29 over 12. Can somebody put this one in the chat for us? What do we get as an improper? Thank you for the follows and the double taps, everyone. I really appreciate it. And the gifts. Oh, thank you. 8 over 3. Good. All right, Queen. I see those 8 over 3s. Thank you, you guys. So we times and we add. So people have gotten 8 over 3. Okay. Wonderful. Can we cross cancellation? Thank you, Kaka Boy, for the rose. Thank you, thank you. Bree said 2. Good, we can cancel out 2. Thank you, Don, for the fireball. Thank you, thank you. So we can divide this by 2, and we can divide this by 2. So we're gonna move it up here. Okay. So we would get 29 over half of 12. Or 12 divided by 2 is 6, times 8 divided by 2 is 4 over 3. Good. Terry said, or 4. Yes, because see, we still have something that we can divide by. So we still have another 2 that we can take out. And there's nothing wrong. If you don't see 4 right away, you just have to do a little bit more steps. But wonderful. Yes, Terry. Yes, 4 was the highest. Perfect. So half of 6 is 3. Half of 4 is 2 over 3. Now we have nothing that can cancel out. Okay. Thank you, Jill, for the rose. Don't fall for this. Okay, some people that struggle with memorizing their multiplication, they want to say 3 does go into 29, but it's not. It's a prime, okay? So 3 times 3 gets us 9. And then 29 doubled. 29 doubled, is that 58? And this is our answer. Yep, 58. Good. So now let's change this. Let's practice changing this to the improper again, okay? So bottom goes out. Top goes inside the fraction bar. Ooh, T said 6 4/9. Thank you, Todd, for the rose. So 9 times, you said 6. What's 9 times 7? 63? Yep. So 9 times 6 is 54. Then we will minus. 58 minus 54 is 4. So what is our fraction going to be here? Hey, y'all. Hey. Welcome in on a Thursday. Somebody said, I don't miss doing this. I know, right? It's like, where's the calculator? 4/9. Perfect. The 4, the remainder goes on top. And what you divided by goes on the bottom. So it's 6 4/9. So hopefully that helped the person that said they were lost up here. Hopefully this made more sense. Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, so let's go to number 3. So let's go here. So let's do 15 times. And we're going to change this to an improper. So we're going to multiply here and we're going to add. So 9 times 2 gets us 18. 18 plus 4 gets us 22 over 9. Jay said, I graduated already, but I'm here. I love it. Good. 22 over 9. Be careful. Remember, it's always under the denominator, never the numerator. Okay. So now, can we cross simplify? What number can I put under here? Sarah said 15 over 1. Wonderful. Yes. Remember, every whole number is really divided by 1. We can always put divided by 1 there. Okay. Because that sometimes helps people see. Okay. So now, is there anything we can cross simplify by? Thank you, Wallace, for the rose. The 9 and the 15. Wonderful. By 3. Yes. So we can divide this by 3 and we can divide this by 3. Well, I'll put it on this side. This by 3. Okay. So 15 divided by 3 gets us 5 over 1 times 22 over 9 divided by 3 gets us 3. Okay. So 5 times 22. Ooh. Okay. Let's do 1 times 3 because we can do that right away. So 5 times 22, I'm going to just do it over here real quick to the side. We get 10, and then we get 10 plus 1 is 11. So 110. Good. Terry said 110. Thank you. Yes, 110. Good. 110 over 3. So now let's change this improper to a mixed number. Okay. So bottom out, numerator inside. Okay. So 3 goes into 11 3 times. So 3 times 3 is 9. And then we're going to minus 2. So 11 minus 9 is 2. Oops. I said it ahead of 11 minus 9 is 2. Drop down your 0. And then 36. Thank you. Ooh, Terry's on it. So 6 times 3 is 18. And 20 minus 18 is another 2. And that is our remainder right there. So we put 2 over what we divided by, 3. And that's our mixed number. Okay. All right. I hope we're feeling good about these fractions. Okay, now let's do some where we have like 3 fractions, right? Some just not 2, 3. And then we're going to jump into division next, okay? So that's what we're doing next is division. Okay. So we're going to work from left to right. We're going to do 1/2 times 3/5. So 1 times 3 gets us 3. And 2 times 5 gets us 10. Now we're going to drop down our 4 9ths. Okay. Can anybody tell me what we can cross simplify, what we can cancel out? Soda Pop, hit me up. 3, Bass said 3. Good. You saw the 3 and the 9. Good. Somebody said all of them. Good. So the 3 here. And somebody said, good. The 10 and the 4 by 2. Wonderful, you guys. Okay, so we can divide this by 2. And we can divide this by 3. Okay. So 3 divided by 3 goes to a 1. 10 divided by 2 goes to a 5. 4 divided by 2 goes to a 2. And 9 divided by 3 goes to a 3. So 1 times 2 gets us 2 over 5 times 3 gets us 15. And we get 2 over 15. Good. I saw those 2 over 15s coming in. Yes, I'm a teacher. I teach high school math, algebra 1, geometry. All right, so let's go to number 2. Okay. All right, so we're doing 4 7s times 4 3/8. What do we have to do first? Mixed number. Good. Yes, this mixed number. So can somebody put it in the chat? How do we change it to an improper fraction? Mixed number. So how do we change it? 27 over 8, 35 over 8. Okay, 37 over 8. We came out with 3 different things. JP said do 8 times 4 plus 3 over 8. Good. So 8 times 4 is 32. 32 plus 3 gives us 35 over 8. Yeah, 35 over 8, okay? So now we're going to times that by 4 over 7. No problems. Nah, thank you for answering. No worries. Okay, so 4 7s times 35 over 8. So now what can we do? Where did the 8 come from? So where did the 8 come from? The 8 came from the denominator. So how you change this to an improper, you have to multiply the denominator times the whole number, and then you add the numerator. Good. 4 and 8 by 4. Perfect. So we're going to divide this by 4, divide this by 4, and the 7. Yes. We can divide this by 7 and divide this by 7. Good. Somebody said 5 over 2. I love it. They already see it. Okay, so 4 divided by 4 gives us 1. 7 divided by 7 gives us 1. 35 divided by 7 gives us 5. And 8 divided by 4 gives us 2. So 1 times 5 gives us 5. And 1 times 2 gets us 2. So it's 5 halves. Okay, now I want you to think about money. You got $5. Mom gave us $5 to go to the store. We have to split this $5. How much is each of us getting if we have to split $5? Yes, 250. 250. Perfect. So people are putting 2.5, right? Which is perfect. But and then I saw Terry, who wrote it first, was 2.5. Let's talk about a half, right? Because when we equate it to a half, it's equated to 0.5 because it's 50 cents. So 1/5 is not the same thing as 1/2. Okay. So they're very different. So a half and then 0.5 equal each other. And if you can memorize that, same thing as 1/4. What's 1/4 as a decimal? Does anybody know? 0.20. Good. Yes, the 1/5 was 0.20. Yes. What is 1/4 as a decimal? 25, 25, 25. Yes, because it's a quarter. 1/4 is a quarter. So these are the ones that if you memorize this, it will save you a lot of headache going further in math. 1/4 is a quarter. 1/2 is 50 cents. So 3/4 is how much? 75. Yes. 75 cents. And these are very common. A fourth, a half, and 3/4. Equate them to money, and then it will stick, hopefully, sooner. Thank you, Big Cat, for the rose. Thank you, thank you. All right, y'all. Let's jump into some division. Okay. So we have fractions, divide. We're going to write our answer in simplest form. Now, what's the difference between multiplying and dividing? There's a huge difference. Ooh, somebody said 2/3. Okay. Keep, change, flip. Yes. Keep it, change it, flip it. Cross multiply. Oh, some people do the butterfly. That works all as well. So I'm just like so ancient, I tell you guys. And I'm like one of those ancient math teachers that's like stuck in the ways. I don't know why, but I used to complain about my professors. Oh, they're just so old school. They don't be wanting to learn the new stuff. And I totally I hate to say it, but it's like I used to talk bad about them old professors, and now I'm like stuck in my ways. Okay, I love keep, change, flip. I just love it. The butterfly, I get it. It always works, but I'm just a keep, change, flip type of girl. Okay, so we're gonna keep this the same, 1/3. We're gonna change this to multiplication, and we're gonna do the reciprocal, which is 2/1. Okay. Miss D said me too. Okay, I love it. And then, so now we're going to multiply. Okay. Multiply. So 1 times 2 is 2. And 3 times 1 is 3. And so we get 2/3. And whoever got the 2/3, wonderful. Good, Sandy. Yes, you need to pass your T's. Yep. This stuff is on it. Terry said, I'm a 4th grade teacher and we don't teach butterfly. Kids don't understand why. Yeah, you really got to get the foundation before you can start teaching tricks and stuff, because it just jacks them up, because then they don't know why they're doing what. Why is this the numerator? Why is not the denominator? Yep. Somebody said show butterfly as well. Oh boy. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Because I'm not the butterfly queen, so I don't want to get it wrong, and just throw everybody off. You got to know what your strengths are, as a teacher, you got to know your strengths. So change this to multiplication, and then we're going to flip. So 4/1. Now, what can we cross simplify? Good. You guys are giving me the answers. 1/2, 1/2. Ooh, somebody said 2. Okay. 2. Yes. So we can divide this by 2 and divide this by 2. Okay. So 4 divided by 2 gets us 2 over 1. And then 8 divided by 2 gets us 4. Oh, could we have gone bigger? Yeah, we could have. But if you saw 2, you did too, okay? No worries, just keep on going. So divide another 2, divide another 2. So we would get 1 over 4 divided by 2 is 2. And times 2 divided by 2 is 1 over 1. And so we would get 1/2. Now, another thing I try to tell like my ASVAB people, because they can't use a calculator, right? And then some people can't use a calculator on some of the T's. Some of them can. I'm just like, I don't get like, well, I guess it depends on what program you're going into. But when you see this, 4 over 8, I want you to start training yourself to look at this as straight away a half. And why we're saying that is because you have to think about the relationship between 4 and 8. Well, if you think about it, 4 is half of 8. So this is a half. Just like if we did 3 over 6. This is a half. So if your numerator is half of your denominator, it's going to be a half. I hope that makes... Am I saying that right? Yep. Thank you, Ricky, for the rose. Okay, so if you could start training yourself like 5/10. Does everybody see it, what I'm talking about? 5 is half a 10. 5 is half a 10. So this has to go down to a half. Thank you, Pepper, for the rose. Okay, good. Somebody said makes perfect sense. Yep. Oh, good. Somebody said 12 over 24. Exactly. 12 over 24. 12 is half of 24. So it's a half. Okay. All right. Wonderful. I love those examples. Yes. So let's go to number 3. All right. So we're going to keep it, change it, flip it. Now we got 2 7s times. What do I write right here? One half. Yep, Terry said 1/2. Good. 1/2, 1/2. Good. Now let's talk about how they got 1/2. This is what most people forget. Every whole number can be written over 1. Put that there so that it's easy for you to flip it. Okay? It's easy for you to see it. 1 over 2. Okay? So now that we got this, we can do our cross simplifying, cross cancellation. So 2 divided by 2, 2 cancels out, and we're left with 1 over 7. Okay. Okay, we're going to, okay, I guess I did 2 pages of this. Okay, so let's do 2 more, and then I think we get into mixed numbers. Yep. Okay, so we're going to do mixed numbers division, okay? And then we're going to do some order of operations kind of with fractions. All right. So number 1 says 6/5 divided by 3. So we keep this 6/5 and we times it by... Good. Monica said, ooh, okay. So she said, put 3 over 1. Wonderful. So 3 over 1. And then what are we going to do? Good. Flip it to 1 over 3. Wonderful. Okay. All right. Now we could just multiply across, but we don't want to get in the habit of that, because when you go into algebra 2 and you have these rational type of where you're factoring out and you have to cross and you have to simplify and all that, it's going to save you if you get in the habit of doing it here. You'll be able to see it if you have to take algebra 2, okay? So 2/3. Good. So we're going to divide this by 3 and divide this by 3. So 6 divided by 3 is 2 over 5. And we times by 1 over 3 divided by 3 is 1. So we get 2/5 is our answer. Good, you guys. All right. The next one, 2/3 times the flip 9 over 4. Okay, what can we cancel out? Thank you, Tavana, for the rose. Thank you. Okay, somebody said slow down. Okay, no problem. Yep, I can slow down. Okay, so what do we get? Okay, 2 and 3. Okay, so the 2 and the 4, we can cross simplify. We can divide this by 2 and we can divide this by 2 because 2 goes into 2 and 4 goes into 2. Good, and I think somebody said 3 and 9. So we can divide this by 3 and divide this by 3. Okay, so 2 divided by 2 gives us 1. 3 divided by 3 gives us 1. 9 divided by 3 gives us 3. 4 divided by 2 gives us 2. So 1 times 3 and 1 times 2, we get 3/2. Okay, now let's talk about this. I want you to take this as money. 3/2. We have $3. Our mom gave us $3. It's me and you. And we got to split that. How much do we each get if we're splitting $3? Just that 1.5. Okay, single mama said I'm lost. Okay. 150, 150, 150. Yes, if we're splitting $3, we're going to split. So, let me show you one way you could look at it. How to break this down, okay? So, I used to tutor at Mathnasium, and that was like one of the best things that just like really like helped my math go to the next level. So they said 2 plus 1 gives you 3, right? So if you're going to take half of 2, you would get 1. And if we take half of $1, you would get that 0.5. So it's 150. So any time that you're taking half of an odd number, you're going to get that 0.5. Let's talk about it. Thank you for the rose. Thank you. So let's say we had $7 and we want to split it in half. Well, if you go down 1, this is really 6 plus 1. See, half of 6 is 3, and half of that 1 gives you 0.5. So it's 350. Good, Miss D. Thank you so much for the fireball. I hope it's making sense. That really, like when you break down the numbers like this, it really changed my way of thinking. Thank you so much, Suga, for the rose. And thank you, Cooks on a Budget. Thank you, Cooks on a Budget, for the roses. This really, like, I'm telling you guys, I used to not be able to take half. I'm like, how did I get that? But it's like, really, if you break it down to even, then odd. And if you remember, a half is always 0.5. So that's one way you can train your kids, help your kids to understand that. Break it down. So let's go to the next, okay? So somebody said they're lost. And you're probably lost on how we're getting 2 and 3, because that's what most people struggle with. So I'm going to try this another way, okay? We're going to keep this. We're going to change this, and we're going to flip this. So we're going to do 5 over 6 times 7 over 2. This is not a good one. Okay, so 5 can't go into 2, and 7 can't go into 6. So there's nothing to cross simplify, so we're just going to multiply straight across. So 7 times 5 gets us 35, and 6 times 2 gets us 12. And so that will be our answer. Okay. But let's practice changing this to a mixed number because I know some of my HESI and TEAS test people have to do that. Okay, so let's do bottom out, top in. So how many 12s can we fit into 35? Does anybody know? Oh, I'm glad you love math. You guys, I was so terrible in math. I'm telling you, my high school math teacher would have never, he would have been like, you're a math teacher? But it's like something happens when you get the right person to explain it for the way that your brain works. It's like it opens up the floodgates. It's like, wow, that's all they were saying the whole time. So you don't think that you're bad at math. You just got to find that one person that makes it make sense. Good. So somebody said 2. We can get 2 12s. So we get 24. Okay. Because 3 12s would give us 36. So that wouldn't work. So 35 minus 24 is going to be 11. So we have 11 left over. So 11 over 12. And that is our mixed number. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. Can you draw a model to show it? With the fractions? Oh, you guys, I was just tutoring my 6th grader. I have a 6th grader this summer that I was tutoring, and we were doing this with the last page with the models. And I had to like read, I'm like, what are they talking about with these models? Like the pictures, how you break down. We did get it on iExcel, right? Like that's how I excel. I should do a live. I'm gonna do a video on that with the models and show how it compares. But I just really understood it myself because I was never taught with models on the how to break it down, but I had to teach myself. So I'll do a video on that, showing that how you know which model works for the breakdown of division. Okay. So let's go here. Mixed numbers divided by fractions. Again, remember, whenever you have a mixed number, you have to change it to an improper. So we're going to multiply and then we're going to add. And then, I'm thinking like Terry would probably be really good at that, huh? Oh, 4th grade? Nah. Do you guys do fractions in 4th grade, Terry? Can you put it in the chat? Do you guys do that? Or not yet? So 4 times 2 plus 1 over 4. Okay. So, Tammy said, I believe so. Do they do fractions in 4th grade? Okay. I'm not sure. So 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 over 4. So 8 plus 1 gives us 9 over 4. Okay. We're going to change this to multiplication and we're going to flip this to 4 over 3. Okay, now this is the part that I wanted to show because this is where you usually lose people. Okay, so I want to break this down. What times what gives me 9? 3 times 3. Okay. What times what gives me 4? 2 times 2. Okay. Now I'm multiplying that by another 4 up here, which is 2 times 2. And then I have 1 3 on the bottom. Okay, I'm just showing how they can see that 3 goes into 3 and 4 goes into 4. So if we cancel, I can cancel out 1 3 here. I can cancel out a 2 here and a 2 here. So what am I left with? I'm left with only 3. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you for the rose. So I made it so complicated because some people were not understanding how we were getting the 3. See, some people don't see how does 9, like where are we getting the numbers from? So when they're not understanding that, if you break down each number, sometimes that helps people understand it a little bit better. Okay. So there's not one way. There's multiple ways. That's why I love math. It's not one way, you guys. It's however what works with your brain. Thank you. Thank you so much for the heart. Good. I'm glad it helped you. Okay, so let's look at this one here. We're going to multiply and add. Can somebody put in the chat, how do we get this to an improper? (15/4). 15/4. Perfect. Yes. 15/4. So 4 times 3. I'm just going to write it out for the people that didn't see it. So 4 times 3 gets us 12 plus 3. That's where they're getting the 15, okay? And it's always under the same denominator, the bottom number. Good. We're going to change this to times, and then we're going to flip this to 5/2. Okay, good. Okay, so now can we cross simplify anything? Why do you flip? We flip because we can't divide fractions. You can only times them. No, no, no. Good. No, we cannot we can't simplify anything. 15 and 2 don't have anything in common, and 5 and 4 don't have anything. So now we're just going to multiply straight across. So 4 times 2, 4 doubled is 8. And then 15 times 5, let's go up here. So 5 times 5 gets us 25. And then 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2 is 7. So we get 75. Yes, 75/8. Yes, Miss D. Okay, I see you. And then Miss D said 9 and 3/8 is the mixed number. Okay, let's see, let's see. So we're going to do 8, out, bottom out, top in. Okay, so how many 8s can we put into 75? 9, 9, 9. Good. So 9. So 9 times 8 gives us 72. Wonderful. And then 75 minus 72 is 3. So then we have 3/8. And we have 9 and 3/8. Good. Okay. Let's do number 3. Okay. Thank you, Ashanti, for the rose. Can somebody put what's our improper? So Terry says 65/8. Love it. Times add. So 8 times 8 is 64 plus 1. It's going to be 65/8. Then we're going to times that by, we're going to flip this, okay, because we have to change it to multiplication. So we're going to flip it to 6/5. Okay. So now, can we cross simplify or cancel out anything or cross simplify? The 65 and 5. Yes. Divide by 5. Good. So we can divide this by 5 and we can divide this by 5. Okay, wonderful. Okay. Does anybody see anything else we can simplify? Kelsey, thank you. You telling me this is 13? Love it. I know somebody said my brain hurts. I know, I feel it. The 6 and the 8. The 6 and the 8. Good. What number can go into 6 and 8? Good. 2, 2, 2. Divide by 2. Good. And this is where I'm telling you, it just sometimes it's like hard to see for some people. And it's fine. You just, yep, it is what it is, right? So 65 divided by 5. I need somebody to second this. Kelsey said it was 13, I think. Let's just do it real quick. 13 times 5 gives 15. 5 times 1 plus 1, 65. Perfect. So that's 13. And then 8 divided by 2 is 4 times half of 6 is 3. And 5 divided by 5 is 1. Somebody said no cheating. I had to make sure, okay? I have no calculator. We're doing this with no calculator. How do you know when to flip? So the left side, and if you're challenged, do the little hand. I always have to be doing this when my husband be like, go left. I'll be like, put up the L. So the left side always stays the same. The right side always flips. Okay, so left stays the same, right side flips. That's a great question. So 13 times 3 is 39 over 4 times 1 is 4. And you're flipping this side because you're changing this to multiplication. So you always flip the side that comes after the change of the operation. Okay, so now let's write this as a mixed number. So 4 divided into 39. How many 4s can fit into 39? 9. Good. 9. So 9 times 4 gets us 36. And 39 minus 36. 9 minus 6 is 3. And so we have 9 and 3/4. Good. Okay, what if I said I wanted this in decimal form? Let's go back. 3/4. Think about quarters. How many quarters is it if you have 3/4? 9.75. Yes. And see what I said, what I mean by they're so like 3/4, a half, 1/2. You'll see that all the time. And so if you start to train yourself, that's 75 cents, 9.75 in decimal form. Good. Good. All right. Okay, so we got mixed number divided by mixed number here. Okay, mixed number divided by mixed number. So we're going to change both of these to improper. So while I'm doing this one, can somebody do this one for me and put it in the chat? So we're going to do times and then plus. So 2 times 7 plus 1 all over 2. Sorry if you can't see it with my hand, right? 2 times 7 is 14 plus 1 over 2, 15 halves. Times 19 over 10, 19 over 10. Thank you, you guys. So this is going to go to 19 over 10. Okay, thank you. Wonderful. Okay, so now can we cross simplify anywhere? By 5. Yes, the 15 and the 10. So we can divide out by 5 here, and we can divide here by 5. So 15 divided by 5, we're going to move it up here, gives us a 3 over 2 times 19 over 10 divided by 5 gets us 2. Okay. Oh, wait. I think I'm messing up. Yeah, we didn't flip this. Oh, I'm jacking us up for real. We never flipped. Did we flip it? Wait. Okay, so I gotta do 10 times 1 plus 9. I don't think I flipped it, you guys. So that would give us 19 over 10. Yes. Thank you. So before we can do this, right, because we never flipped, I should have wrote 15 over 2 divided by 19 over 10. I never flip this. Thank you in the chat. Yes. So we're going to keep this, change this, flip this. We only just wrote this as an improper. I was moving too fast. So we're going to do 15 over 2 times, flip this, 10 over 19. Thank you. Yes. I never changed it. My bad. Catch that. Good. Thank you. So now we can cross simplify here by dividing this by 2 and dividing this by 2. So we would end up with 15 over 2 times 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay. Ooh. Oh, that must mean I'm getting tired, y'all. I'm making mistakes. 10 divided by 2 is 5 over 19. Okay. Yes. Thank you. So 1 times 19 gets us 19. And then 15 times 5, I believe that was 75. Well, let's just double check. So 15 times 5, that's 25. Yep, 75. So we get 75 over 19. Yes, and that's a common lazy mistake that I made. Sorry. So I probably totally lost some people, but what I did wrong here is I changed the sign to multiplication, but I never flipped this. I kept it down the same, which is not correct. You got to always remember to flip that, okay? That's where I went wrong. Thank you for the kisses. All right. So let's change this to a mixed number, okay? So we're going to do 19 into 75. So how many 19s can we fit into 75? Good. Miss D said 3. Okay. 3 and 18 should be our remainder. Okay, so let's do 19 times 3. So 3 times 9 is 27. And then 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 57. Can we get another 19 in there? 19 times 4. Let's see. So 4 times 9 is 36. And then 4. Nah, that's always too much. Okay, good. So we got 57 here. And then we're going to, 75 minus 57. So we're going to borrow, make this a 6, and then make that a 15. 15 minus 7 gets us an 8. And then 6 minus 5 gets us that 1. That's where that 18 came from. Thank you, Miss D. So 18 over 19. And that is our answer. All right, y'all. When I start to make mistakes like that, that means I am getting tired and I don't want to continue. So thank you for joining me tonight, okay? I will be on tomorrow around 1 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to be doing ASVAB. Somebody said laughing out loud. Yep. You got to know when to quit it, okay? Oh, you're so welcome. So hopefully you guys will join me tomorrow. We're going to be doing ASVAB math, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you, Tim MB, for the rose.